Joining us in Washington is criminal profiler Pat Brown. Pat, good morning.
Good morning, Harry.
What do you make of this guy?
Oh, well, I'm not surprised that he went on to serial homicide, being well, he's probably a serial rapist, although he's just in jail for one. But this is one misconception we have, that a person who is a rapist is not a serial killer. And when you have Mr. Parole Officer come out, he may have said that same thing. Oh, the guy's just a rapist, so there's no need to go into his house to find out if there's any bodies lying around.
How likely is it that, wouldn't there be some parole visitation or something? And oh, by the way, I don't know how to put this delicately, but once you have smelled decomposing flesh, it's not something you will ever not recognize again. How does this guy live amongst this and have not anyone in the neighborhood or a corrections officer or somebody identify it?
Well, you would think somebody would have paid a lot more attention. When you let a rapist out of jail, and this is a violent rapist who never should have been out of jail in the first place. Again, this guy should have gotten life in prison, because when he gets out, and we've seen it, he goes right onto this dating site and looks out to see if he can gather some more women in for his victims. So he's already out there doing his thing, immediately coming out of prison. So we cannot let these guys out, and the parole officers should recognize that. But I think they're poorly trained. They don't realize that a rapist is always a serial rapist if he gets an opportunity, and serial rapists can be serial killers as well. So you have to watch them extraordinarily carefully if you're ever going to let them on the outside. And apparently nobody bothered to actually, after knocking on the door, go in the house and see if anything was up in there. And
it's interesting also, I mean, he's hiding in plain sight. The guy goes on the internet, which is open to anybody, and is basically, he's setting a trap.
Absolutely, and you can see by his little advertisement there, he's not looking to do anything nice for women. He's asking women to come and be basically tortured by him. That's what he wants to be. He wants to dominate them. He wants to control them. And he's actually saying, here I am, a rapist. I want to do the same thing to you. Go figure why the parole board isn't looking at whether he's online fishing for some new victims.
Pat, thanks very much for coming on this morning.
Thanks, Harry.
All right.
Man.
What a story, right?
Yeah.
Terrible.